any installer or DIY tradesperson could come in and repair a sheet of plasterboard if need be, rather than bringing in specialists. What is NatureWall? Chris, we developed NatureWall quite some time ago now, and we've been sort of refining it for a long time since. One of the questions that we were asked is, it's quite a multi-layered system, and so really, what is the rationale for those separate layers that make up the system? What were we thinking when it was initially put together?
Okay, so most sort of wood fibre systems come from the lime or the traditional building background, where using wood fibre with lime plaster. That's great in a sort of historic heritage context. It's less good on a more modern, maybe a commercial site, or certainly sort of bigger schemes. And generally, there's a sort of a move away from as much wet trade as possible on site. So I was looking at how we could incorporate the benefits of wood fibre and still get get it to do all the amazing things that it does as internal wall insulation, but then have other layers which would make it much more easy for modern contractors, mainstream contractors to use, and also to incorporate things like plasterboard, which are, there are many people who can finish a plasterboard wall. A lot less people who can finish with lime plasters.
So Chris, do you want to just take us through layer by layer what the components are in our NatureWall system?
Okay, so we start with a plastered wall sometimes, or a bare wall. Either way, you've got to have a flat surface. So it can be an existing plaster, but quite often, if you've got damaged plaster, you might have to just plaster the wall flat. But that's the only bit of plastering, really. You've got your wood fibre boards dry fixed against that, mechanically fixed. You've got the membrane, one of two different membranes over the top of that, which is adhered to the surface. That's taped around all the joists, taped around windows, taped around the perimeter, so you've got a nice airtight layer. Over the top of that, you've got a layer of battens, which are fixed back through to the masonry, and that gives you your structure that you can then fix your plasterboard to. You also insulate between those battens with flexible wood fibre, and then once all that's in, plasterboard, skim, and done. So what sort of membranes are we using there?
Yeah, so basically functionally, the NatureWall system is not really doing that much dissimilar to just direct plastering the wood fibre. When you direct plaster the wood fibre, the plaster layer forms the air tightness, and if you're using plasterboard, because it's a dry material, it doesn't form air tightness particularly well. No. So primarily we're including the membrane so that we can establish air tightness before it's finished with conventional plasterboard. But because we're doing that with a membrane, there's an option to change the function of the membrane depending on what it is that we're looking to do. So we tend to use one of two membranes really. One is very airtight but extremely vapor permeable, and we tend to use that in buildings that might not have an external render, or particularly sort of solid stone buildings where there's quite a lot of absorption of wind and rain and potentially quite a strong inwards drying potential. So the membrane does very little to diminish how much moisture might move towards the room side, but it's very good at establishing air tightness. The other membrane is a variable diffusion type membrane, and that's quite good at restricting the flow of room side moisture into the wall, but still enabling some moisture to dry out, usually when the facade has a sort of higher degree of protection, or maybe if you're looking to add some more insulation, that can be a good membrane to use. But it does require some analysis to determine what ratio of rigid board to flexible wood fibre you might have. The position of the membrane is quite critical, and so on.
Exactly that, and incorporating different membranes, obviously, as you say, gives us much greater scope for using the system in a whole broad range of different applications. The position of the membrane is also quite important. So traditionally, you might have a membrane and then plasterboard straight over the top in a stud wall or something. As soon as you cut a hole through that, you've cut through your membrane, if you're putting in a light switch or a back box or whatever. So we've positioned the membrane on the surface of the wood fibre, but with the battens in front of it, so that you can run all your services through. You've got the additional layer that you can then insulate with soft insulation with the flexible wood fibre. When you put your plasterboard on, you can cut out back boxes. You're not worrying about coming through the membrane. And then in addition to that, the flexible wood fibre is cushioning the plasterboard, and so you don't get that sort of reverberation as well. So all in all, it's a sort of combination of different requirements that we put together in one system to make it much more suitable for a kind of modern context.
Yeah, really easy to run services, really easy for long-term maintenance and durability, because any installer or DIY tradesperson could come in and repair a sheet of plasterboard if need be, you know, rather than bringing in specialist plasters from, you know, specialist merchants and whatever. People can run down to, you know, local merchants for those materials. So yeah, really good solution.
Excellent.
Very good.